Hey Alpha fam, welcome back to another episode of Alpha Commission. Today on Alpha Commission, we're going to go over just a little review of what I was saying in the last episode as we were approaching that 108K bumper zone. So let me just play that for you. So we could have this impulsiveness. It wants to drive back and it could just go sideways for a while and then flip this area, right? It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. If we do flip this upper area, right, basically above that, above that 104K area, then it will be looking good for continuation, right, in those warnings. All right, guys. So that's what I was saying in the last episode. You can see that my bumper zone was really 107.6. We were looking for some internal diagonals, maybe around 104 to flip, and then kind of carving out that 104 to 108 area where we might put in some consolidation in order to drive up, maybe into that 120K area. But before that could happen, I was looking for a top in the market somewhere between that 104 to 108 and a pullback down to the 90s. So let's go ahead and go to the charts and see what we actually got. And what we can see, of course, is that we did get that drive up here all the way up to actually 108. So we did overthrow my bumper zone just by a hair, but just a wick on a wick basis. And then we came crashing down. Where did we come crashing down? To that kind of mid to low 90s with just a little bit of a flash wick to 89, right? Just on that one scary day. So we did end up carving out this range that I was telling you guys. We all made it right off of this, like, I don't know what it was, like 60 to 70% drive. We all made it in the market, and the only way that you were going to hang on to those profits is if you actually took some profits while we were in an uptrend. Of course, this market did pull back, and just like I was saying in the last video, if you want to keep your profits, you had to take it up there, okay, guys? You didn't take it. And then what did we do? We drove down to the levels that I was looking for, looking to find some support. And sure enough, we're pumping back up into the area that I was looking at. Let's go ahead and just put that back on your screen. Look, we're pumping right back up to that area, and we're kind of making that bull flag pattern, okay? So let's go back over to the chart, and you can see we're kind of making that bull flag. So I think, if I just want to continue this thesis, I think that as long as we don't lose this 100K area, that we're still in really good shape. And yeah, we can kind of drive down to the low 90s again. We have our pi cycle bottom line there, right, where we had our wick, right, in this kind of 89K, kind of 85K area. And if we did drive down, just for one last kind of scare on the market here, then no harm, no foul, as long as we can really quickly recover that bear zone above 90K, because we don't want to hang out under the bear zone. We don't want to hang out underneath the pi cycle bottom line too long. That could drive us all the way down to the mid 70s, even into the upper 60s, just because of the sheer vertical drop on these on the reclaim of these candles back here until we get to some real consolidation. So we do not want to see that happen. But would I mind necessarily a flash wick that liquidates this range? Quickly brings us back into range. This is where you buy, and then you just get the giga pump out of nowhere because they've basically used all this money, right? Which they liquidated this entire range. They used all that money as rocket fuel. Now that's the bear case situation, right? Which actually ends up still going into a bull season, but it could be quite bearish, right? And then, of course, the bull situation is that we just make a bull flag here, basically have this diagonal that we're using as support. Even if we tap it, we come up here, we flip that bull zone above that 106,000, start pushing up into this maybe 113 area, really flip that old high, flip this really local high right here, and then continue to push up into that maybe even 120s area. Okay, guys. Let's see what a daily extension would be. It would actually be 130. All right, 130K would be a realistic target if this ends up playing that kind of parabolic just pump action. And of course, guys, we always have to have a line in the sand where we're just watching out. And that's going to be underneath 90,000. And then, of course, that's our warning. And if we do get underneath 85,000, just look out below. This could be a longer consolidation back here. But until that's broken, I'm really still looking to the upside. There's a lot of good news coming out recently, okay, guys? So, it's better in a bull market to be looking to the upside than to be overly worried about the downside and then missing those massive pumps that just come out of nowhere, right? Just massive, massive pumps that come out of nowhere. And if you were really frightened in this area, you wouldn't have caught that pump, right? So, yes, you have to have standards, but when you get back up above that level, you got to get back up on the horse, got to get back up on the bicycle, and you just got to try again, right? So don't just give up, guys. All right, I think that's pretty much going to encapsulate what I wanted to just remind you guys that I was saying in the last episode. I know that last episode was back in December, but guys, do I really need to just like give you like mindless updates every single day? It's not necessary, right? This channel has always been about the big picture and bringing some clarity to the market. And we did this back here where we did grab that huge move to the upside, and we're trying to do it again. Of course, there can be pullbacks, but in a bull market, we want to be biased to the upside until the bull trend breaks, right? The trend is your friend until the end. So let's just take a look at the weekly just to see where do we fall out with the weekly. And as you can see, our neutral point is all the way down here at 83K. So, as long as we're above 97K, on a weekly basis, we're in really good shape. We are in bull market territory, okay? Just clear bull market territory. Yes, we're banging our head on that 107K bumper zone that I had even back here, right? Even a month ago, I was telling you guys we could bang our head on that level. We're doing it again. Well, we're just trying to grind through this area. That's a good thing. Time is on our side. As long as we can keep grinding into this area, eventually we might just get that pop, which could get significantly higher numbers here. Okay, I'm not ready to call it on the weekly yet, but the daily looks like, yeah, I mean, maybe even 130K is within range if we do get that pop. Where do we start getting a little bit worried on these higher, like a swing trader timeframes? It's underneath that 97. We start to get a little bit of a warning, right? And then as you can see, the pi cycle bottom line, of course, is the same on every time frame, and that's around that 87K area. So again, underneath 85, alarm bells start ringing off, and then under the neutral point of 83K, basically bears have the lead, and they could drag us just to these disgusting levels of 70s, 60s, maybe even a flash wick down to 60. I don't think that's going to happen, but weirder things in crypto have occurred, right? So, you just have to be aware of those levels. I'm not trying to give that case to the market. Right now, I'm going to stay bullish as long as we're above that bullish control zone on the weekly. And then I'll start thinking about it a little bit harder if we break down from there. But just wanted to let you guys know that so far we're in good shape. I think calling this a double top, a little premature, little premature. Yes, we have some bearish divergence on the day, but on the week here, it's looking pretty clean. We kind of just drove up from the bear zone into the bull zone. We're retesting the bottom of the bull zone, but we still have a fairly bullish orientation here. And I'm not ready to get bearish, guys, okay? If I do change my mind on that, I will give another update. Until then, guys, please check out the links in the description of the video below. I am running a new group with my friend Retta, right? We've been working on this for about 6 months together now, and I'd love to have you join us there. You get all the alpha, you get all those daily updates, plus Retta's just unlimited, just crazy research, right? The guy's just a researcher that knows his stuff. And man, he's looking at some on-chain data. It's super awesome. Guys, you got to join us there. I've got my Twitter going where I'm giving some call signals, but again, it's just nothing matched by what you can find in the group. Please check it out. Would love to have you there. All right, guys, that's your alpha for the day. Stay safe and happy trading.